I needed it to get down to 20% go up. I'm not trying to do anything.
And we welcome you to venerable Old Shea Stadium, where tonight it will be the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the New York Mets. As today's game,
Gonna take me out on a date.
it will be the Buffalo Bisons taking on the Syracuse Mets in this AAA matchup. As here are your starting lineups and rosters of today's games. So the Mets defensively will be Bernard Gilkey at left, Beltran in center, and Strawberry in right. Around third is Howard Johnson. Around short is Jose Reyes. Around second is Algardo Alfonso. Around first is John Olerud. Behind the plate is Todd Hundley. And on the mound is Jacob Degrom. For the New York Mets, the rest of their team, they come out to the field for the first time. David Wright is on the bench. Keith Hernandez, Cleon Jones, Tommy Agee, Lee Mazzilli, and Bud Harrelson. On the mound is Jacob Degrom. The number one starter on this Met team, according to WAR, for single season was Doc Gooden. Number 2 was Tom Seaver. Number 4 is Jerry Kuzman. He gets to start in game 4 of the series. And Al Leiter is the 5th starter. But that might change because the Blue Jays also have Al Leiter's rights. That might change going on to the next matchup. Jesse Orozco's on the bench. Roger McDowell is in the bullpen. John Franco, Familia, and Scott Lockwood, or say Steve Lockwood, is one of the Met relievers. For the Toronto Blue Jays, this is how they stand. Tony Fernandez leading off at short. Jesse Barfield in left. Carlos Delgado at first. Jose Batista in right. Freddie McGriff is your DH. Josh Donaldson at third. Vernon Wells at center. Aaron Hill at second. And Ernie Witt behind the plate. For the Toronto Blue Jays, the rest of their team, Roberto Alomar is at second base. George Bell is an outfielder. Lloyd Mosby is an outfielder. Joe Carter is an extra outfielder. Alfredo Griffin and Pat Borders is your backup catcher. For the Blue Jays, Jimmy Key was your best starter according to WAR. Pat Henkin was number 2. And of course, the number 3 starter was Doc Halladay. So number 4 here is Dave Steib. And then it'll be Doyle Alexander. Then it'll be in the bullpen, Mark Eichhorn, Paul Quantrill, Tom Henke, Dwayne Ward, and Dale Murphy. Those are your relievers on the Blue Jays. We're ready for action as it's going to be the Buffalo Bisons and Syracuse Mets right here on the Sports Time Machine. Jacob Degrom is ready. He was 11-8, 2.43 ERA, 255 Ks, and 204 innings. Fernandez waits. DeGrom looks in. Here's the pitch to Fernandez. 4-8 and walked him. So Fernandez draws the leadoff walk. Here's Jesse Barfield. He's 1 for 9 with an RBI in the opener. Hundley sets the target. DeGrom from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Barfield. 4-7. He hits a line drive and caught by Howard Johnson at the end of the line. Here is Carlos Delgado. He's having a good year so far. 7 at bats, 2 doubles, hitting .571. Couple walks, couple strikeouts. Left-handed hitter with power. Hundley sets the target. DeGrom with the stretch. Here's the pitch to Delgado. 4-9 and struck him out. Delgado on the inside corner. Here is Jose Batista. 1 for 8, 1 RBI so far. Hundley sets in the target. DeGrom from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Batista. 6-8 fly ball center field. But Beltran is there. Makes the catch. 1 half inning of play. Bisons nothing. Here come them Syracuse Mets. On the first here, in a classic AAA matchup in the Eastern Division between the Bisons and the Mets. For the Mets, here's Jose Reyes. He's 1 for 8 in the opener with a strikeout. On the mound for the Blue Jays is Dave Steib. Barfield, Wells, Batista. Good outfield. Donaldson, Fernandez, Hill, Delgado, all really good. Delgado's a 4. Witt is behind the plate, and on the mound is Dave Steib, 14 and 13, 2.48 ERA. Steib looks in. Here's the pitch to Jose Reyes. 6-7, ground ball to short. That is picked up by Fernandez. He throws him out, and there's one quick out. Here is Carlos Beltran. He is so far 2 for 8, couple strikeouts. Witt puts down the sign. Steib looks in. Here's the windup to Beltran. 3-6 and a walk to Beltran. I will be not managing either team today. This will be a joint effort of the computer versus computer. So I'm doing the broadcasting here on the national side. Witt puts down the sign for him. Steib now is runner on first, 1 out. Beltran with good speed. He can run. Here's the pitch to Hundley. And that's a 3-10 double play ball. Delgado turns the Fernandez back to Delgado. 3-6-3. Inning 1 over. No score. Here is the first baseman, the crime dog, Fred McGriff. 7 at-bats, 2 home runs, and 3 RBIs. Hundley puts down the sign. Degrom looks in, and here's the pitch to Fred McGriff. 1-5, deep to right center field. Back goes Beltran. He'll look up, and that ball is gone. And Freddie McGriff has hit his 3rd home run of the year, and the Buffalo Bisons have taken a bite and a 1-0 lead. So now here's Josh Donaldson, 1 for 9 and 3 strikeouts. Hundley puts down the sign. Degrom has given up a bomb here in the second. That's nothing new. This league has been known to give up a lot of home runs and disappoint a lot of people looking for the pitcher's duel. Degrom looks in. Here's the windup to Donaldson on a 6-8 fly ball to center. Beltran there makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Here is Vernon Wells. He's 2 for 9, the opener with a double. Hundley sets the target. Degrom full windup. Here's a pitch to Wells, and that's a foul out behind the plate. Hundley is there, gets it, and that's 2 outs. Here is Aaron Hill hitting 143. Now, to me, the starter should be Roberto Alomar. We'll have to go in there and probably change that. To me, I think he is more deserving of starter. Hill, more power than Alomar, but Alomar known to be the better base runner and better complete athlete. Hundley puts down the target. Degrom looks in, gets the sign. Here's a full windup to Aaron Hill, and that's a fly ball left field. Gilkey there makes the catch. Bisons get 1. It's 1-0 Buffalo. We head to the bottom of the second.
That was me.
Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Bisons. As the Syracuse Mets come up, it'll be Howard Johnson, Darryl Strawberry, and a designated slugger, Mike Piazza. Witt puts down the target. Steib looks in. Here's a sign and pitch to Howard Johnson. That is a line drive base hit. Big base hit for Hojo. So Hojo's on. He's got speed.
I can help.
And now here is Darryl Strawberry. Struggling so far. 1 for 6. A walk, 2 strikeouts. Has 1 extra base hit, and it's a double. Witt puts down the sign. Steib runner on first. Let's see if they run. Here's the pitch to Strawberry. 2-5 struck him out. Big curveball by Steib. 1 out in the second. Here's Piazza. 3 for 6. Home run and 2 ribbies. Witt puts down the sign. Steib, runner on first, 1 out. And the pitch to Piazza. 6-4. Oh, that could be a pass ball on Witt. Let's see. Nope, it's a straight foul out. Witt looks, gets it 2 away. Here's Bernard Gilkey. 333. 2 for 6. A double and a homer.
I had
Witt puts down the sign. Steib looks in. Runner on first and 2 out. The pitch and a stolen base for Howard Johnson. He picked his spot. He got it. So now runner in scoring position and 2 out. So Gilkey the batter. Witt puts down the sign. Steve's got to look at Johnson. Make sure he doesn't get a running start. Here's the pitch to Gilkey. And that is a strikeout for Steib and ends the second inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We played 2, 1-0 Buffalo. We head to the third. Third inning, 1-0 Bisons. This is a classic Eastern Division matchup. And for those who are coming in late in the broadcast or watching, let's go over the game notes. And we'll kind of get you set on what's been going on in this series. So far, both teams have split a game in Game 3. Game 4, like we said, will be Doyle Alexander and Jerry Kuzman for the Mets. So, and also, let's look at it. Buffalo is 1-1. They're in the Eastern Division, and also the Mets are 1-0, both in the Eastern Division. So far in the first game of the series, it was the Blue Jays defeating the Mets, Henkin over Gooden. That was a 6-3 final, 6-9-0 for the Bisons, 3-5-1 for the Syracuse Mets. Game 2, it was Jesse Orozco game to win over Tom Henke. It was the Mets 5-9-1, the Bisons 3-7-0. This is game 3. Tomorrow will be the fourth and final game of this series. All right, we get back to the game. Here's Ernie Witt. Witt's been up 6 times in 1 hit. Hundley sets in the target. Degrom looks in. Here's the pitch to Witt. And that's a 4-5. That is a deep drive right field. Strawberry heads back at the track and makes the catch. So here's Tony Fernandez. He walked his first time up. Hundley sets the target. Degrom with the big windup and pitched to Fernandez. Struck him out. 2 strikeouts for Degrom here in the third. Here's Jesse Barfield. 0 for 1. He's lined down his first time up. He's struggling. 1 hit out of 10 at bat so far. Hundley puts down the sign. Degrom, the big windup, and kicked to Barfield. Struck him out inside corner. Got him looking at it. Oh, my. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 1-0 Bisons. Bisons 1 run on 1 hit. A big home run by McGriff. The Mets, no runs on 1 hit. Here's Olerud followed by Alonso and Reyes. So Olerud comes up. Starting first baseman for the Mets has been Pete Alonso, but he's been out for a couple of games. And so far, Keith Hernandez is also an option after getting his number retired. To me, John Olerud did have some really positive years. That's, to me, why he gets the start here. Witt puts down the sign. Steib looks in. Here's the pitch to Johnny. Olerud, 1-8, and a base hit for Olerud. Thank you, Johnny, for supporting my cause. And now here's Algardo Alfonso. He's 1 for 7 with a ribby. Witt puts down the sign. Steib now working with Olerud at first. No really chance to steal. They're playing in back of them. Here's the pitch to Alonso. And that's going to be a 6-4. That is going to be a catch axe. Let's see if that's past Witt. No, that could be a wild pitch on Steib. Does it go through? Yes, he does. Olerud will take second. So a wild pitch by Steib. Olerud moves to scoring position. And Algardo Alfonso, Fonzie for short, will get a shot to bat here with runner in scoring position. Witt puts down the sign. Steib working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Alfonso. And that is a liner base hit for Alonso to the wall. Olerud will score without a throw. A double for Fonzie. And we're tied at 1. So the Syracuse Mets tied up on an RBI double by Algardo Alfonso. Here's Jose Reyes. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out his first time up. Witt puts down the sign. Steib from the stretch. Runner on second. Nobody out. Reyes to swing. And Reyes hits a shot to right field. Wills cannot get it. That'll roll around for a while. Reyes around second. He's going to speed to third without even a throw. Stand-up triple. Jose Reyes and the Mets, Syracuse Mets, take a 2-1 lead. And again, all with no outs. And here is Carlos Beltran. Walked his first time up. Mets up 2-1, getting to Steib here in the third. Witt sets the target. Steib from the stretch, and the pitch to Beltran. 1-5 ground ball second. Throws to Delgado, and it keeps the runner at third. They were played in. So he'll look Reyes back and made the throw, 1 away. Here is Todd Henley. The infield will stay in. So they're really thinking against Jacob Degrom. They want to cut the early runs off. Witt puts down the sign. Steib from the stretch. Runner on third and 1 out. Pitch to Hundley. 6-8. Pop to first. Delgado is there. Makes the catch. And that's a critical out. Now here's Howard Johnson. Single his first time up. Howard needing a reservation here. Runner on third, 2 outs. Looking to get the Mets' third run in. Witt puts down the target. Steib from the stretch. Pitch to Johnson. 1-8 and struck him out as Dave Steib survives a possible bad inning. It's 2-1 Mets as we go to the fourth. It is so far the Syracuse Mets 2-4-0. The Buffalo Bisons 1-1-0. This is the top of the fourth. This is the greatest Toronto Blue Jays franchise representing the Buffalo Bisons and the greatest New York Mets franchise played by the Syracuse Mets. Here's Carlos Delgado. Delgado 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Will now hit against Degrom with a lead here in the fourth. Hunley puts down the sign. Degrom with the big windup and deals to Delgado. 4-8 and walked him, and Jacob wants to know where that one went. John Jacob Degelheimer Schmidt. Here is Jose Batista, 0 for 1. Flying out his first time up. Hunley puts down the sign. Degrom from the stretch. Delgado, Overwood playing in back of him. Here's the pitch to Batista. 2-8 and struck him out. 4 strikeouts for Degrom. And now the crime dog, who had his 3rd home run of the year his last time up. Runner on first, one out. Huntley sets the target. Degrom from the stretch. Again, they're playing in back of Delgado. Here's the pitch to McGriff. And that's going to be a ground ball. Is it a base hit? No, it's a double play ball. Hit down Alfonso. Easy pick. Can they get 2 over to Reyes? Back to double play. That was a 4-6-3. So Alfonso to Reyes to Oru gets the double play to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 2-1 Syracuse. Here is Darryl Strawberry. 1 for 7, a double so far on the year. Bottom of the 4th, action here from nostalgic Shea Stadium, tonight's home on Syracuse Mets. Darryl will bat. Witt puts down the sign. Here's the pitch from Steib. He quick pitch, ground ball to short. Fernandez got it. He throws, got it away, and Darryl is out for the 2nd time. Here's Michael Piazza, fouled out his first time up. Witt puts down the sign. Steib looks in with a big windup and deals to Piazza. Fly ball left field. That is Barfield. He's there. Oh, he dropped it in his glove. Barfield went for it, and it popped out his glove. He picked it up and threw it back in, but Piazza's in the 2nd. Good hustling from Mike Piazza. Runner on 2nd and 1 out. Here's Bernard Gilkey. So Gilkey the batter. Now Steib does not look happy. He's lost 2 potential no-hitter perfect games this way. Witt puts down the target now. Steib from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Gilkey. 1-10, ground ball to 3rd. Donaldson looks Piazza back to Delgado for out number 2. And now here's Johnny Oldroot, singled and scored his first run. He's 2 for 6 since entering this Met lineup. He has a home run and an RBI. Witt puts down the sign. Steib from the stretch. Runner on 2nd, 2 outs, 2-1 Syracuse. On the pitch, walked them, 2 on and 2 outs. And it's back to Elgardo Alfonso. Fonzie, so far 2 for 8, 2 RBIs on the season, including the double that knocked in a run back in the 3rd. Witt puts down the target. Steib nods from the stretch. 1st and 2nd, 2 out, pitch to Alfonso. 3-5 fly ball to left. Barfield's there, makes the catch, and the Barfield error does not hurt him. We played 4-2-1 Syracuse. Top of the 5th coming up. A battle between these 2 Eastern Division rivals. There's 10 teams in the Eastern Division of the minor leagues and 10 teams in the Western Division of the International League. In the Pacific Coast League, where I live, there's 2 teams in the East, and 5 teams in the East and 5 teams in the West. Big diversity when it comes to the standings of minor league baseball out west. Here is Josh Donaldson, top of the 5th, 2-1 Syracuse. It'll be Donaldson, Wells, and Hill against Degrom. Hunley sets the target. Degrom, the big windup to Donaldson. And that's going to be a ground ball to 3rd. Johnson's got it. Goes to 1st, and he got out number 1. Here's Vernon Wells. He fouled out his first time up. Hunley puts down the sign. Degrom looks in. Here's the big wide up to Vernon Wells. 5-7. Got him on the inside corner. Wells just walks away. 2 away like he just saw Santa Claus. 2 outs. Here's Aaron Hill. He's 0 for 1. Flying out his first time up here in the 5th. Syracuse up 2-1. Out hitting the Bisons 4-1. Aaron Hill, the batter. Hunley sets the target. Degrom with the big windup to Aaron Hill. 2-7. Base hit Aaron Hill. Second base of the ball game for the Bisons. And now here's Ernie Witt. He hit a deep fly ball to the track that Strawberry got. Hunley goes out, talks to Degrom for a second, puts down the sign. Hill is given a chance, and he will be steal. Let's see. Are they going to hold him on, or let's see what the options are. I'm a little bit confused held. No, you know what? Olerud is actually playing in back of him. So let's see if I don't think Hill was going to try to steal here. Hundley puts down the sign here. Degrom from the stretch. 5th inning, 2 outs to Witt. 1-11 ground ball second. Alonzo throws him out. And the Bisons are done in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We play the actually official game here in Vintage Shea Stadium. 2-1 Syracuse. We play the bottom of the 5th inning. Good matchup here between two teams are 1-1 in the Eastern Division. Here's Jose Reyes. He tripled a run his last time and was left stranding at the party. So he gets up here, bottom of 5th, 2-1 Syracuse. Witt sets the target. Steib looks in, and the windup to Reyes. 6-5, 5 ball to left, not deep. Barfield there makes the catch, 1 away. Here's Beltran. Walked in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd. Beltran switching around, batting lefty against Steib. Witt puts down the sign. Steib, the big windup to Beltran. That'll be a 4-8 and walked him. And Steib walks around the mound. That could be dangerous. Beltran with good speed. And now Delgado will have to hold Beltran on. That'll open up the hole between 1st and 2nd for the left-handed bat Hundley. Witt puts down the sign. Steib from the stretch. Runner on first, 1 out pitch. And they're going to go hit and run call. And Hill with a nice play stops it. Beltran moves to 2nd and throws it out for the 2nd out. So they go hit and run. So now Beltran in scoring position with 2 outs, a runner on 2nd for Howard Johnson. Again, needs a 2-out reservation. So Witt puts down the sign. Steib from the stretch. Runner on 2nd, 2 out to Johnson. 5-4. That's a pop-up. Donaldson makes the catch. And we played 5 here at Vintage Shea Stadium. At the end of 5, Syracuse 2, Buffalo 1. Top of the 6th coming up here. AAA baseball playing Stratomatic. The best of the New York Mets, which are your Syracuse Mets, taking on the best of the Buffalo Bisons, portrayed by the best of the Toronto Bluejays. Here's Tony Fernandez after Barfield and Delgado will hit against Degrom here in the 6th. Hundley puts down the sign. Degrom, the big windup to Fernandez. 5-5 and struck Fernandez out, struck him out his 6th. Here's Barfield 0 for 2, a line out and a strikeout. Barfield's known to do that. Hundley sets the target. Degrom, the big windup, and deals to Barfield. 6-6, and guess what? Struck him out. That's 7. Here's Carlos Delgado, struck out in the 1st, walked in the 4th. Hundley puts down the sign. Degrom looks in. Here's the big windup to Delgado. 6-10 ground ball to short. That is Reyes. He got it, throws him out, and Degrom has a 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the 6th coming up. 2-1 Syracuse. So now here is Strawberry, Piazza, and Gilkey. Lefty, righty against Dave Steib. Witt puts down the sign. Steib gets it from Witt. Here's the pitch to the left-handed hitting Strawberry. 3-5 and struck him out. Strawberry swung out a bad pitch. Good off speed by Steib. 1 out in the 6th. Here's Piazza. He reached on he foul out and reached on a 2-base error on Barfield back in the 4th. Witt puts down the sign. Steib nods. Here's the pitch to Piazza. 6-7 ground ball to short. Here's the play. Got him 2 away. Holy cow. 2 outs in the 6th. Here's Bernard Gilkey.
Yeah, my head popped big time. I'll be right back.
Gilkey, 2 for 8, a home run and RBI. 2 outs in the 6th. Witt puts down the sign. Steib looks in. Here's the pitch to Gilkey. And that is a ground ball to 2nd. Hill throws him out. And guess what? We played 6. We have a pitcher's duel. It's 2-1 Syracuse Mets. They have 2 runs on 4 hits while the Bisons just nibbling away. 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 error. We play the 7th. Degrom in his 7th inning of work right now. It'll be Batista, McGriff, and Donaldson here in the 7th. So let's see what happens. Hundley puts down the sign for Degrom. Degrom looks in. Here's the pitch to Batista. And that will be a line drive deep to left field. Back goes Gilkey, reaching. Oh, he made an unbelievable catch. Gilkey robbed him. Eddie Chavez style. Gilkey gets it back in. Holy cow, what a play, Bernard Gilkey. Home run 1-17, and the 20 came up. Oh, and Batista had a bat flip in mind, and I mean Gilkey made him eat it. 1 out in the 7th, and here's McGriff. Homer in the 2nd, ground out in the 4th. Degrom has to tip his hat to Gilkey on that one. Hundley sets the target. Degrom looks in. Here's the pitch to McGriff. That'll be a strikeout for Degrom. That's his 8th. And here's Donaldson. So Donaldson comes up. He's flying out and grounded out. Hundley sets the target. Syracuse Met crowd on their feet. Degrom with a windup and pitch to Donaldson. And that's a fly ball to center. Beltran is there. 7th inning stretch. Get your bingo tickets. It's 2-1 Syracuse. Time for the 50-50. So far, the Syracuse Mets, 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. The Buffalo Bisons, 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 error. Again, what a fantastic play by Bernard Gilkey, pulling it back in play and saving a home run. Olrud, Alfonso, and Reyes to bat for the Mets here in the 7th. Boy, what a ball game. 2-4-0 for the Syracuse Mets. 1-2-1 for the Bisons. Witt puts down the target. Steib looks in. Here's the pitch to Olrud. 4-9 ground ball to second. Hill throws him out, and that's 1 away. And here's Fonzie. 1 for 2. Double to the run back in the 3rd. Witt puts down the sign. Steib looks in. Here's the pitch to Alfonso. 2-8 walked him, a 1-out walk. So here's Reyes. Tripled and a run back in the 3rd, and was left stranded at the party. And that's a big strand in this ball game. That's when the Mets scored 2 in the 3rd. Witt puts down the sign. Steib looks in, nods with 1 out. Runner on first. Here's the pitch to Reyes. 5-5 struck him out. Steib got Reyes on the inside corner. 2 outs in the 7th. Here's Carlos Beltran. Walked twice, grounded out. Witt puts down the sign, presses the buttons if we're using pitch calm. Steib working from the stretch. Here's the pitch, and they're going to run up. It's always dead meat. What a throw by Ernie Witt, the true Canadian. Throws out Fonzie, and the 7th inning is over. We go to the 8th. 2-1 Syracuse. Winners of the 50-50 are 36, 22, 19, and 40. If you have those 4 numbers, please bring them up to the press box, and you'll get your winnings of tonight's 50-50. We now go to the 8th inning. Syracuse leads the Bisons by a score of 2-1. Syracuse 2-4-0. The Bisons 1-2-1. The umpires today, we have not called them out today. Ron Luciano's behind the plate. Randy Marsh at first, Kibler at second, and Bill Kunkel at third. What I did when I made the league, I took off some of the greatest umpires of all time, some of the current ones, and I made huge umpiring crews and kind of mixed them in there. It'd be kind of fun who to get now and then if we kind of remember back in our past who the umpires were. There were some that were very that you saw in the game, you absolutely knew they were. The one guy I remembered a lot was Dutch Rennert. I did some umpiring back in the day. I always remembered his very vociferous strike call behind the plate. Top of the 8th, 2-1 Syracuse, 2-4-0 for the Mets, 1-2-1 for the Bisons in the 8th. Wells, Hill, Witt, and he'll hit against Roger McDowell. So Degrom is done. I'm sure Degrom fans are pissed why he's out there, but Syracuse manager decides to pull him. 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks and 8 strikeouts. And now the Met bullpen has to hold against this lethal offensive crew these teams have. Wells, Hill, and Witt. Hundley sets the target. McDowell looks in. Here's the pitch to Vernon Wells, and he hits a line drive left field. Gilkey makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Here's Aaron Hill with 1 out in the 8th. Aaron Hill has fly down and single. Hundley puts down the sign, pitching through pitch calm. McDowell nods. Here's the pitch to Aaron Hill. 2-6. That's a line drive base hit for Aaron Hill. So Hill's on. He represents the tying runner. Ernie with the batter. Now, this is where I think you can see A possibility of maybe a new pitcher like a Franco to pitch to Witt. Witt's got a lot of power versus righties. Runner on first and 1 out, a 1-run lead. Hundley goes out and kind of talks to McDowell, puts the sign down, again throws through pitch count. McDowell nods. McDowell working from the stretch. Hill, Olerud playing in back of him. Here's the pitch, and they will. No, they're actually going to run Roberto Alomar. And yes, with the -1 arm of Hundley, it makes him a 1-12 or 1-14 if Alomar wants to steal. Let's see if Toronto takes advantage of that. Hundley goes out, talks to McDowell, makes sure McDowell holds him. Olerud playing back of him, opening that hole between first and second. Hundley sets the target. McDowell working from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that'll be a 4-3 ground ball back to McDowell. A high E rating. And he gets the double play. The only error in that batch of errors. And McDowell turns it. Holy doo-doo. Last of the eighth coming up. 2-0 Syracuse. Beltran, Hundley, Johnson, the bat for the Syracuse Mets. On the mound, tough right-hander Mark Eichhorn. To me, this is a wrong call. You're pitching to 3 switchies in a row. Beltran, Hundley, and basically switching them around, and that is Eichhorn's worst side. We'll see if they keep with them. It's a 1-run lead and possibly a bad decision here. Witt puts down the sign, though. Eichhorn looks in. He goes down under to Beltran and struck him out. How about that? The only strikeout on that part of the card either. That was Beltran's. He came back from a 3-1 pitch, got the payoff pitch, and he came under him, and Beltran just missed it. I mean, he had his pitch there. Here's Todd Hundley. Boy, he has super power against righties, and of course against Eichhorn's not going to help. Let's see if Eichhorn can make the good pitch here. Witt puts down the sign. Eichhorn from the windup going under for Eichhorn. 5-10. That's a pop-up. Witt is there. Comes in, makes the catch, and there is 2 outs. Roberto Alomar has come in the game to play second base. 2 outs in the eighth, and here's Howard Johnson. He's 1 for 3, single back in the second. Eichhorn looking for a 1-2-3 inning, and we'll see what the Mets do in the ninth for the pitcher. So far, the Mets leading by minuscule of numbers. 2-4-0 for the Syracuse Mets. 1-3-1 for the Buffalo Bisons. Witt puts down the sign. Eichhorn looks in. Here's the pitch to Hojo. And that will be a line drive double for Johnson in the gap. A 2-out double. He goes to second. Runner on second. 2 outs for Strawberry. Now again, the Bluejays do not have a lot of lefties out there to go with. They have 1 starter, so really you're put in a situation. Besides Henke could get lefties out. The Bluejays have some issues. We'll see if they may put on Strawberry and pitch to Piazza in this situation. I would. 2 outs in the eighth. Witt puts down the sign. Let's see if Eichhorn gets it. Gets the sign through pitch. Com looks in, and they will walk Strawberry like we thought. So Mike Piazza comes in, does not look happy with the intentional walk in front of him. Michael Piazza, New York Met Hall of Famer, is 0 for 3, fouled out, reached on a 2-base error, and grounded out. First and second, 2 outs. They're not playing on Johnson at second. He'll get the +2 advantage off the run. So Johnson could almost score easily. The best arms are in left, a Cannon in Barfield, and Batista -3 in right. Wells is even. Witt puts down the sign. Eichhorn the pitch. 6-6 struck him out. That's just an awful, sleazy card for Eichhorn. Gets Piazza on strikes. We go to the ninth. Jesse Orozco in for the Syracuse Mets. The Mets again 2-5-0. The Bisons 1-3-1. Again, it will be Fernandez, Barfield, and Delgado for the Bisons in the ninth. See if they can get a bite out of Delgado, out of Orozco here. They only trail 1 in the ninth. Here we go. It comes down to this. Fernandez switches, will bat righty against Orozco, then Barfield, and then Delgado. Hundley puts down the side. Orozco looks in. Here's the pitch to Fernandez. 3-12. Line drive. He's out. Oh, and Tony Fernandez will be out of the last game of this series. He will leg out an injury. So if they do come back around again, there will be a new shortstop. So now here's Jesse Barfield. That probably would be Alfredo Griffin. So now here's Jesse Barfield. 1 out in the ninth. 2-1 Syracuse. Syracuse looking to take 2 out of 3 in the series. Game 4 tomorrow, and that's Kuzman versus Alexander. Hundley sets the target. Orozco with the windup. Here's the pitch to Barfield. 2-7 struck him out. Orozco gets 2. So now here's the lefty-lefty matchup. Carlos Delgado, 4 for 9, 2 doubles in the game. Hundley sets the target. Orozco looks in. Lefty-lefty. Match up the pitch to Delgado. 2-2 ground ball. Reyes throws him out. And this wonderfully played game is over. The Syracuse Mets win it by the score of 2-1. The Mets 2 runs on 5 hits. The Bisons 1 run on 3 hits. The Mets go to 2-1. The Bisons fall to 1-2. About 30,000 here at the vintage ballpark of Shea Stadium. McGriff with the only home run. Johnson and Alfonso with doubles, and Reyes with a triple. For the Bisons, only double hit matters was Aaron Hill. He was 2 for 3 in the ball game. While the Mets only had 1 double hit game, that was Howard Johnson. He was 2 for 4. The Bisons scored a run in the second. Mets scored 2 in the third, and that was all the scoring. Mets only 5 hits. The Bisons 3. Bisons had 1 error, but did not come back to hurt them. The winning pitchers, Jacob Degrom goes 7 innings of 2-hit ball. McDowell came in a 1 inning of 1-hit ball. Then what an outing for Orozco. 1 inning and 1 strikeout, gets his first save. Steib takes a very tough loss. 7 innings of 4-hit ball, 2 runs and 2 earned. 4 walks and 5 strikeouts. Eichhorn pitched an inning of 1-hit ball, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Well, that's the final. Mets win it by the score of 2-1. Again, we're playing Stratomatic Baseball as the best of the New York Mets, represented by the Syracuse Mets, taking on the best of the Toronto Blue Jays, represented by the Buffalo Bisons. We're playing AAA baseball with the greatest of Major League players. Thank you so much for coming in. This has been a great broadcast and a great matchup. We'll see you again. Please like, please subscribe, and please come back again. Thank you for coming in as the Mets win it by the score of 2-1.